shot. I knew the no-look pass. That's easy. That comes easy to me, basketball. But I had to first take self-evaluation of myself and say, I don't know business. So please let me get some mentors to teach me business. Peter Gruber, who was one of the Golden State Warriors owners, Mandalay Entertainment right now, also one of the Dodger owners, he became a mentor of mine. He was running Sony at that time. And I built Magic Johnson theaters in the inner cities. And he was running Sony, so we did the deal, and I asked him to also mentor me. Now we own 6 companies together, you know, and so it's amazing that mentors can also become your business partners. So just get people who are going somewhere, you're trying to go somewhere, and that they're going to be honest with you and help you along your journey and walk in life, in business and outside of business.
So you started, like, a lot of the early investing that you did was urban, where franchises were afraid to go, and you did some really cool things, including negotiating with the gangs to hang out at your theaters and not kill each other.
That's right.
Are you still doing that? Because I know you took that up to like the scales of billions and billions. Are you still doing that?
Yeah, we're still doing some of it, yes. Not as much anymore, but we're still doing urban redevelopment, urban investing. I've invested in a lot of urban companies, but now my portfolio is huge. When you think about the Dodgers, yeah, we won the World Series last season, yeah. And you think about all the sports teams. When you think about the valuation of sports teams now, it's amazing, right? Think about what Jerry Jones paid for the Dallas Cowboys, and now it's worth $5 billion, and he only paid like $175 million for the team, right? And the same thing for our Dodgers. What we paid for them, $2 billion. Now Forbes just said we're worth $4 billion and growing. So I'm into that. The WNBA, the Sparks,
You doing
MLS.
esports?
Esports, we got Team Liquid.
Yeah.
We're the best team in esports right now, and so it's really great. And so those are the things that I'm investing in, and they got high returns. And when you think about sports teams, they got multiple revenue streams. That's very important to me. And so I'm excited about my company, and also to diversify, you know, in different sectors, and that's great too.
Any like crypto, NFT, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, NFT, yeah, we're entering into that space. Matter of fact, I got 4 contracts on my desk right now. I just got to pick one.
Yeah.
And but we've been vetting all the companies and trying to decide the best way to go. And so, yes.
How do you evaluate new opportunities when you're looking at things like that?
Well, Roland, got a team of people who first vet not only the deal, but who brought the deal, who are going to be involved, like the principals. So we want to vet them, vet the deal, look at 5 years running, what the revenues were and are, and then what we project what they could be, right? And how can I add value to those deals? So that's what I look at. And if I like the people, because I'm too old now to be married to somebody I don't like. And the same with a lot of entrepreneurs, right? Because that's a big part of it. When you partners, you're going to be married to each other for at least 5, 7, 8 years, you know. And so, so that's important to me. And then who's managing the company? That's very important. That's what I look at when I buy companies. I look at the management team as well. And so not only the P&Ls, but you got to look at who's managing the company and have they done a great job. So if not, then you got to get rid of them, bring in a whole new management team, and hopefully, you know, those revenues will go up, and you get the sustainability and the growth that you're looking for.
When you're looking to do something, are you long-term Buffett-like, or saying, well, this will be good for a while and then I'd like to exit? Because I know you've had lots of acquisitions and lots of exits. What's your philosophy when you're kind of going into something?
I'm an exit man.
All right, I like it.
I like that 3 to 5 year plan.
Nice.
I don't fall in love with nothing. I want to build it, grow it, and sell it, and say good luck to the next people, you know. That's how I look at it. Now, there are some long-term plays. You know, I mean, the Dodgers are a long-term play.
Yeah.
Right. And so, my financial services business, even though 3 people wanted to buy us already, we've owned the business for about almost 4 years now. When I bought, we were at 14 billion Equitrust, and now we're at 23 billion this year. And so we've been growing it by $1 billion every year, doing a great job.
It'll pick up, don't worry.
Yeah. Let's hope so anyway.
That's great. When and do you do a lot of work with partners, right?
Yeah, because I like partners.
Yeah.
Because we both bring expertise to the table, and we can come together and we'll spell out the roles. Hey, you do these things, I do these things, and then let's go make it happen. So I like it. I started my business in partnership, so I enjoy it.
When you're looking at doing something like a deal with somebody, and maybe a friend is involved, have you worked with friends and family in the businesses?
No. I pay my friends and family to stay away. I think my son, you know, I work with my son,
yep.
Of course, but listen, it's still about an expertise. It's about what are you bringing to the table, right? And we have to look at that, because what we found out, if you think about small business owners, most times family and friends are the ones who cause you to fail, right? Because, you know, they're not showing up on time, or they, you know, not doing their, pulling their weight, not doing their job. And so I like the fact that you got both of your sons working with you and for you, and same thing with me. You know, you want to work with your family, but you have to spell out roles for them, and they must deliver.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm going to take that back. They must over-deliver. There's not enough in the marketplace today for all of us out here just to deliver anymore. We got to over-deliver, especially if you think about your clients, your customers, because the marketplace is saturated now, right? And so you got to make sure you over-deliver so you can get the retention that you're looking for. The reason my business has been successful is because we over-deliver in the inner cities to our customers. I have the #1 brand in urban America, so they're loyal to my brand, they trust my brand, and that's what it's all about, because we over-deliver to them.
You said that very often you find opportunities in problems. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I think that, you know, just like now, people look at, because during this COVID time, I'm aggressive during COVID. I'm looking for companies to buy.
Yeah.
And so when I think about problems, that's what I'm talking about. Or companies that had problems driving revenue, or, you know, being successful. I can look at that company and with my brand and the ability to say, hey, I know we can make that business profitable. So let's buy in low and then, you know, drive the revenue up and then exit at a high number. And we've done that a number of times. And so that's what I'm talking about when I talk about problems.
That's great. And you also said it's good to find the future. What does that mean?
Well, so right now, I'm into infrastructure, right? So right now they figure that's a $20 trillion opportunity in the next 10 to 15 years.
Please.
Why? Because all our infrastructure is old here in America and around the world, basically. When I came in from the airport, the street I was supposed to come down, a water main had busted. Why? Because the pipes are old. You go in LA, pipes are old. You see it happening all the time. The rail system, airports, colleges, on and on and on. It's just old. So I looked at it and said, I got to jump in early. So I started my company before all this happened. And we're getting deals all across America right now. So when I think about opportunity, I think you got to be ahead of it, right? And so I've been ahead of this infrastructure opportunity, and we did LaGuardia Airport, the Denver Airport. I can't mention another one we won, but on and on and on.
What was it you can't mention?
This one. I'm in the quiet period, but I'm aggressive during this time, and I like that there's a lot of great deals. What's interesting is a lot of capital out there, just finding the right deals.
So speaking of capital, I know you said that when you first were trying to get your businesses going, you were going to use other people's money. You went to multiple banks, and it was, we love you, we need to have you come back and sign this one thing, and you do it, and then crickets, or that didn't work out. And then you went a whole different route. Would you kind of share your evolution? Because I know there's a lot of people here that would love to take advantage of opportunities, but they don't have the capital to do it. Would you kind of share that? Because you got a great story.
Well, I like to get up to,
I think it's great.
So, you would think that being Magic Johnson, that people say, oh, here's a lot of money. And that wasn't the case. Matter of fact, Magic Johnson worked against me. And they said, oh, we want your picture and your autograph, but we don't want to give you the money. And so I got turned down 7 or 8 times from banks about getting capital because I wanted growth and sustainability. And the only way I could do that is to use other people's money. And so I had a track record of success too. When I think about all the things I was doing, we made money, but still people were not ready to invest in urban America, in the inner cities of America. Just look at this. African Americans got a $1.5 trillion spending power. Latinos got another $1.5 trillion spending power. That's $3 trillion of disposable income. And that's why I invested in urban America. It's the spending power that nobody was going after. But in order for my business to take off, when I landed the Starbucks deal, and that deal, everybody thought no way that I could get Starbucks to come into urban America. Well, I did. Howard Schultz and I did a deal, and but I needed capital to build the 125 Starbucks. And those 8 or 9 banks turned me down, so finally I went up to to Sacramento, to the pension funds. They turned me down 3 years in a row. But finally, the 4th year, Cal Kerr said, okay, I believe in you, so I'm gonna give you $50 million. And if you're successful with the 50, you can come back and get 100 more million, right? And so I invested in a shopping center in the inner cities, bought it for $22 million, 40% occupied, took it up to 100% occupied, resold the center for $48 million, took the $26 million profit up to Sacramento, and they said, oh, I guess you do no business. So that's what got me started, and then I was able to get access to capital. But this has been, I busted through doors and walls for a lot of minorities, even sitting in this audience today, where we couldn't get capital and sometimes still can't because of the color of our skin, unfortunately. But we just want an equal opportunity. And then once we get that, we gotta over-deliver. And we gotta make sure we make our business become successful so we can not only have more access to capital, but also another one can walk in the door behind you. And that's very, very important. So, I want to tell you the Starbucks story real quick. Is that okay, Roland?
Sure.
And I know we're supposed to get off in a minute. How much we got? We still got time?
That's your countdown. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, Roland gave me, let's give it up for Roland, because him and his, I've been in business for over 30 years, and I haven't read a bio quite like Roland's. This dude, man, the success that he's had, and he gets to share that with all of you. I hope you guys been taking notes, because it's important. This brother has been amazing, and I like his partners too. And so this is what happened. I go up to Seattle, knock on Howard Schultz's door, Chairman CEO of Starbucks, and I said, look, minorities, we like coffee too. We want some of that good coffee, but we have to drive 45 to a half hour to an hour outside our community to get some coffee, Starbucks. So I said, if you build them in our community, they're going to be very, very successful.
Can I interrupt for just
Yes.
a second? You found that out by actually getting out and asking people at Starbucks, right?
That's right.
Because you were close to the customer.
Yes.
You had first party data. That's just so smart.
Yes, I also got out in the community, asked them what did they want. And everybody I talked to wanted a Starbucks to come into the inner cities. And so we did the deal. He came down, this is the funny part. He came down to see my movie theaters and see how I manage my theaters. That was going to be, if he's going to decide to do the deal or not. And thank God, Whitney Houston's first movie was coming out, Waiting to Exhale. So I had 5,000 black women wrapped around the corner to come see this Friday night. So he walks up and he said, man, what's going on here, you know? And I said, Waiting to Exhale's coming out, so every theater is sold out. And he came in, he had to see how we managed the theater, see how we got the people in and out of the concession stand into the theater. We did it at an amazing rate. And then we went in to see the movie. The movie pops up about 20 minutes in. See, we go to movies different than everybody else. So we start talking to the screen. Girl, why you still with him? You should dump him. And Howard elbowed me and said, come on out into the lobby. So we went out to the lobby. He said, Magic, I haven't had a movie-going experience quite like this. Guess what? That got me the deal. Now, I told you this story because of this. Sometimes you got to take people to the deal. See, he had to come to urban America to see the rooftops, to see how people went to the movies, because what he saw was people, if they spent $14, $10 to go to the movies, they're going to spend the money necessary to go to Starbucks. So it worked out great. We built 125. And the great thing is, the headline rolling in the LA Times said, no way minorities are paid $3 for a cup of coffee. Thomas, we'll pay $3 for a cup of coffee. We quite don't know what scones are though. So I had to take the scones out of my Starbucks, put in sweet potato pie, peach cobbler, things that resonate with the urban consumer. Now, get this. They said it would never work, right? My per caps were higher than his per caps, per customer. Yes. That's what made us successful. Stand up, Thomas. Go ahead. Do the selfie. Turn around. Turn around. All right. Hold on 1 second. What's your favorite music group?
My favorite music group?
Yes.
Oh, shoot.
Favorite music group?
Oh, man.
Come on, just one.
I think it's Sophie Tucker.
Who?
Sophie Tucker.
Sophie Tucker. So he likes Sophie Tucker. Now they play music in the Starbucks. So I had to take Sophie Tucker out of my Starbucks. Michael Jackson, Prince, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Snoop. Now, why did I say that?
Your audience.
Because that's my customer base. Why did I say that? Because that makes me over-deliver to my customer base. Now, you all are entrepreneurs. Do you know your customer? And then will you, in return, over-deliver to them? So guess what happened? Because of that, they all became my brand ambassadors. They went out and sold my business for me. Right? So that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about over-delivering. All right, let's give him a hand.
Listen, I know Magic was kind enough to fly in. He actually came in. He has to be in Seattle in about 2.5 hours. It's a 2.5 hour flight. That's how cool you are coming in. Let's give him a huge hand.